Benny?
Where was it won and lost? Inexperienced. Mistakes. All 3 goals came from our mistakes. If you look at the first one, Willow's heavy touch, free kick. They score from it. Probably they had 1 shot from distance, and that was the second one in the first half. And then we make, like I said, a couple of errors. Mandy, not enough this time. Waiting the pass, playing it back to Jura. They counter, and their second 2 goals from the counter attack. First of all, give credit to Melbourne Victory. They won the game. No dramas there, but like I said, I'm extremely proud of my players and the performance that we put in as well. The third one, Sapri has gone central when we scored 5 minutes earlier by going out wide. That was the message, and we got some joy out of it too when we're back in the game. Like I said, just a little bit of inexperience, some mistakes in the wrong parts of the park, but you've got to give them credit because they're able to counter on both occasions and score. So
We're still confident at half time.
Very. Extremely. Like I said to the boys, I was extremely happy with the way we set up, the way we moved the ball. I think the stats had us in favour as well. I was not surprised, but in terms of the belief in my squad, we knew that we had a game plan, and we took victory in the first half and the second half as well, all the way to the end. They're at home, big club like that. I thought we performed admirably, and like I said, very proud of their performance, not just tonight but all season as well.
It was an electrifying start, physical, aggressive, in your face, pressing. Is that where you failed, when you had that half hour where you're probably the better team for the first 30 minutes and you didn't score?
No, we didn't fail there. That was part of the game plan. We had opportunities, we had a couple of chances, but we didn't fail there. Like I said, I thought the 3 errors, our 3 mistakes cost us. Simple as that. I don't think Victory, it's not as though any of their goals came from they worked something out of it or they outplayed us in any sort of way. It was three mistakes from us, and they punished us for that as well.
How important was being physical tonight?
How important?
How important was being physical tonight to take it up to victory?
Yeah, well, it depends when you say physical. What's the definition of physical? I thought we were aggressive. We were aggressive in our press. We were aggressive, when we didn't have possession of the ball. We were aggressive when we had the ball as well. Like I said, we moved them around. It took them time to adjust and find a solution, but then we were able to find another solution as well. So, the physicality is just part of it. That's finals football. Everything lifts up a notch, not just from a physical aspect, but from an aggressive nature, being switched on, being focused. All those things you need to be on the money. We weren't in certain moments in the game, and that's what's cost us.
What was the thought process behind starting Singh on the bench? Was it to use him as a weapon to put you over the top in the second half? What was the thinking behind that?
Form. You guys have watched enough of our games. If you've seen that, if you think, for me, it was quite simple. I wanted players who, particularly in certain areas, where there's competition for places. That's an area that I went ahead with Max Burgess. I needed someone who was going to be more aggressive as well in terms of winning the ball back, who understood the game plan. But Sapri's a player, who's had another fantastic season. But he's better when the game opens up, as we saw in the second half. There are his skill sets. And I think if you look at his season and you really analyse his season, that's when he's at his best.
Looking at Sapri, were you happy with the ball speed upon his introduction in the second half? It was something, I guess, that you would need, given the complexion of the game. Were you happy with how...
No, ball speed was fine. No dramas with the ball speed. Yeah. It's got nothing to do with one individual either. At the end of the day, our ball speed was good. It was certain moments in the game that cost us, certain mistakes, that's it. And that's football, that's finals football. And we spoke about that. And Victory are a good side. And they'll punish you for your mistakes, and that's what it was. Like I said, it wasn't any well-worked move, or they created anything out of their quality to that scored, or where they scored goals. It was from our naivety, from our inexperience at times, and our mistakes. But it happens, and I've told them all the time, all through the season, we'll make mistakes. Just keep doing it, keep plugging away and play our game, and we continue to do that.
So what was the message afterwards, given those mistakes that ultimately led to the loss?
At the end of the day, we all make them. I think what's most important when you make a mistake is that you pick yourself back up, you get back on that horse and you go again. Okay, that's a test of character for me. And continue to say the same message all season long. We will all make mistakes. It's about minimising those mistakes and how do we come back from that. It's the reaction that counts, and that's what was pleasing as well. We all do it. It's how you get back on that horse and you go again. So they will take a lot from this. You know, a lot of these guys haven't played finals football. It's a different beast altogether, particularly away from home against a team like Melbourne. All right? And that's where they'll be in better stead. We struggled depth-wise all season. We knew that. And I think last week against Perth, you know, you can see that we're tested. You know, we aren't like the other teams. You know, we need to ensure that we have a good 13, 14 players, and we've worked on that throughout the season, try to minimise our injuries. But overall, you know, I haven't spoken to the players. I went up to each individual post-game straight away, and I was, like I said, I hugged them all, extremely proud of every single one of them. You know, when they came in, we challenged them right from day one. And I couldn't be prouder of the way they have elevated themselves and the sort of players they've become and the kind of people they've become as well. They're superhuman beings. Fantastic.
Okay, last questions, Ben.
How are you feeling, Mark, now you come to the end of the road of your tenure here? I mean, are you tempted to think what you could do with another year at this point?
No, it doesn't. I'm focused on my players and this football club and not winning, going past tonight. I firmly believed, as did my players, that we would have another week. So that's all I'm thinking right now. I'm bitterly disappointed, particularly for my players and my football club and the fans out there who came out and supported us again, that we couldn't go one step further. You know, we planned on playing Perth Glory next week. That's what I'm feeling right now.
Mark, what would you like your legacy to be?
I don't know. I don't look at that. That's maybe ask Timmy Cahill that question. I don't know. It's not something that I think of. It's not. You know, I came to the club, like I said, you know, where I think both parties needed it. You know, a fresh approach, someone with new ideas. You know, the club was at a lull as well, and it was my job very early on to pick up a lot of things in a lot of different areas. I believe we're in a better place today as a football club and as a player than we were in day one in pre-season. I firmly believe that. This club, I'll forever be grateful for, gave me my first opportunity. I'll never forget that, and these players as well. They've given me everything. Like I said, the fans have been superb as well. You know, right throughout. It's been tough times. I knew the history behind the club. I knew how hard it was for the club as well. But I've said this before, if anyone questions the existence of this football club, I think you're kidding yourself in terms of what we can do and what we've done this season as well. There's a platform there to build on, and I'm sure it's going to continue to go in the upward fashion north.
Coming to the end of your last season, obviously you had a lot of success at NPL level prior to coming to the next, but what are some of the biggest lessons you've learned in your first year as an A-League coach?
You've got to manage more of the stakeholders. There's a lot more to manage in terms of upstairs, the office, the board, you know, your staff. It's a one-man band. Normally, normally a lot of NPL coaches will tell you the same thing. You know, yeah, some of those things, but nothing's really changed in terms of my processes as a coach that I did at that level to this level. It's pretty much the same in terms of my mentality, the way I want the game to be played, in terms of having a thorough plan and working through that plan, improving each individual as well. It's really, really important. For me, you know, it's not, a coach isn't just about the tangibles, and that's picking up a trophy at season's end. You know, I view coaching a little bit differently. Maybe, I don't know how other people see it, but if I see an improvement every day with the people that I work with, whether it be my players, with my staff, everybody around me, I get a kick out of that. That's what really gets me going and makes me wake up every day, is to go in there with a plan and seeing improvement every day from everybody around me. And in the end, if you're lucky enough to be holding something, that's fantastic. It's just a reward for all the players. But like I said, these players have grown tremendously. The staff have as well, you know, throughout the season. I couldn't be more proud of them. You know, I challenged them, worked with them, really good.
Last question.
Looking from the outside, it seems there's been a lot of momentum generated by the force of your personality. If you're going, will that momentum be able to be sustained there? Will they lose players as a result of your departure?
I don't know, Mick. I can't answer that question. I couldn't answer a couple of those questions. The momentum's there. There's a platform there. There's a process in place. Like I said, there are pillars in place. This club will keep going in the right direction. I firmly believe that. I really do.
Thanks
Thanks everybody.
Mark.